Good evening, sports fans. Are you ready for a double dose of high school basketball?
Double
on
dose.
Valentine's Day. Dude Jones, Todd Edwards. Really no need to introduce ourselves for this second game. And this is a big one featuring Eastern York and Central York, dude. Warming up right in front of us. It should be a great matchup. As we said earlier in the first game, this is a matchup we do not see too often in YAIAA.
Yeah, it should be a really good game. Excited for the second half, doubleheader that we got going on. Still a packed house here tonight. York High did a great job of winning against West York, the former reigning champions of the YAIAA.
Yes.
York High handled their business with about a 4-point victory. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, well, we have the final score, 47-43, York High over West York. And they've punched their ticket to the finals, which will be played here this Thursday night. And they'll either play Eastern York or Central York.
Yeah, but coming into this matchup tonight, as we said again, the bigs on both sides. You have Carter Wamsley
and Austin Bosman.
Yes, and also on the other side, you have Greg Gittinger, along with Ben Rill. And a lot of other guards that can play, a lot of other players that can play at a high clip. So, and they're both well coached between both guys. Coach Seitz, Coach Hoke, both know each other. It should be a really good matchup. And as we said again, Central York sports two freshmen in the lineup that you'll hear about. But
Brooklyn Nace and R.B. Brown, Ryan Brown Jr.,
Yep.
Two players to keep an eye on tonight here as freshmen. This Central team's a young team. And really no starters now with the injury of Ethan Dotson out. No senior starters. It's a young team, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
yeah, with that senior out, Ethan Dotson for Central York, they had to lead on some other guys to help him out throughout the year. We want to wish Ethan a speedy recovery, as he did sign his letter of intent to go to the University of Widener. So big shout out to him. But tonight, it's all about Eastern York versus Central York, and who's going to punch their ticket to get to the get to the championship game.
Another player to keep an eye on for Central York. Let's not forget Ben Natal, averaging 14.7 points a game, and just a sophomore for the Central York team. It can really turn it on. And another player to keep, as I mentioned, with the Central York Panthers tonight. And as both teams are warming up, it's basketball fever here.
Yeah, it's a lot of action, a lot going on right now. Like I said, it's a small crew. We got a lot of things going on, but we're ready for the second game. Want to give a lot of credit to York High for winning going back to the county championship, which I think is the first time since 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's been a few years. And we see Cade Burdett down here with Cade Visuals filming the warm-ups. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors for this game tonight, too.
Absolutely.
You mentioned earlier, we have a bevy of sponsors, starting off with Jay Gittinger from Lamar Advertising Company, Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill, Inch & Company Sports with John and Jeff Inch, also John Turpak and Ron Johnson of S3 Performance Training, and rounding out our sponsors tonight, Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer. You have all your bases covered there. How about
absolutely. A lot of the fans, a lot of the parents want to see this game. The sponsors stepped up in a big way, got us an opportunity to get here to film these games, and we're excited. We'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, filming games. So, expect to see a lot of sports shooting stars. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all places in between, and tune in. This is a second stream, so the first stream that you saw with York High and West York is now over. You have to go back to our YouTube channel or go to the Sports Shooting Stars Facebook like page. You'll see our second stream with Eastern York versus Central York.
A big matchup, and as I mentioned earlier, York High, they've already punched their ticket to the finals. They await the winner of this big game between Eastern York and Central York. Dude, we're going to make our way up to the broadcast booth. Any final thoughts before we make our way up?
Well, I'm just expecting a really good game. I'm doing some online, some updates and things like that, so I'm expecting a really good game. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We're going to have another action-packed game. Like I said, that York High game was 24-24 going into the halftime. Everything went right down to the wire. Expect to see the same thing here tonight. We said early in the season, the county championships are wide open. Anybody can win. And, as you can see, the best four teams are here now. Yes. And it's going to be a barn burner.
It should be. We're looking forward to it. Again, on Valentine's Day, settle in with your loved one. Maybe grab another bottle of water and some popcorn at Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the games to you tonight. Dude Jones, Todd Edwards. Let's head back up to the broadcast booth, dude. Welcome back, sports fans. Stu Jones, Todd Edwards, making our way back to the broadcast booth. Another packed house has settled in here, Stu. As we are awaiting player introductions. Central looks like they'll be in their white jerseys with orange numbers. Eastern York sporting their blue jerseys with yellow numbers. Eastern York led by their head coach, Justin Seitz. Head coach for Central York, Jeff Hoke. Public service announcements being played now for the fans in attendance here, as we are just moments away from both teams being introduced.
Here are tonight's starting lineups. First, with a guest on the scoreboard, the Golden Knights of Eastern.
Testing, 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 testing.
There you have it, sports fans, the playing of our national anthem as we are moments away from tip-off here in our second game. Our earlier broadcast had York High winning over West York 47-43. York High awaits the winner between Central York and Eastern York. Saxon Sukanik matched up against Carter Wamsley here for the tip-off.
And Saxon Sukanik, this is his first start this year. Usually that's Brooklyn Nace in that lineup, but you'll see Brooklyn in the game pretty early in the game. I think Central York has an advantage at the guard position, but again, Eastern York's a very smart team.
Down low,
and that's a block
away by Ryan Brown Jr.
Only a freshman with the block to start the game. Great rotation on the baseline.
Freshman listed at 5'11", swatted it away.
And as I said again, Eastern York is guarded.
Down low to Bosman and the put in.
Bosman, 1,000-point scorer. Doesn't take much for him to score.
Great point. He's a player to keep an eye on. 6'4" senior.
And Eastern puts
a 1,000-point scorer.
And Eastern put some points on the board early. That's a great matchup right there. Greg Gettinger.
And a rebound by Brady Seitz as he brings the ball in transition up for Eastern York.
Eastern York running their offense.
Simon Lipsis with the ball matched up against Ben Natal. Eastern moving left to right on your screen. Big shot there, misses by Seitz. In transition, Central York.
Rebound by Gettinger.
And Ben Rill not expecting the pass from Ben Natal. And a turnover there will be Eastern York's possession. Right now, Eastern up 2-0 with 6:31 go in the first quarter.
You see Central York set up in a trap, which has Ryan Brown, the smallest guy on the court, on the baseline. But that trap works for him. They get a lot of rotation with it. There's an open shot.
Kick out. Big points there. That's Jack Lever with 3.
Ben Natal straight to the bucket. And that's a block by Carter Wamsley.
We may see that a few times tonight from one Carter Wamsley. Listed at 6'6" sophomore for Eastern York.
Big Ben Rill in the paint. That's a travel call. And we saw Central York start up kind of slow. They can't continue to do that though, as they go further on into the counties and things like that. But they had to come up a little bit faster. But they're still in the game, still early. 5-point lead for Eastern York. Great job for the Young Knights. Young Knights.
Off the mark there on that 3 and a turnover in transition.
Ryan Brown with the ball in transition. Downhill. Layup.
Nice move. Ryan Brown with Central's first points.
On a layup, straight down the field, straight down the court. And it's a steal.
And a steal.
He's in transition again. And that's a kick out.
Kick out to Gettinger and drains it. Big shot by Greg Gettinger to tie things up here early in the first quarter.
And just like that, it's a 5-point game. As you said with York High, Central York has the same techniques. They can score points in bunches, and they use their young guys to get them out there. And that's an early foul. Ryan Brown Jr. did a great job getting out there, but he wants to cut off the baseline and force him towards the middle. Just going to put it out there. That is my son, Ryan Brown Jr. This is his first county game, only a freshman. Carter Wamsley with the ball.
Down low.
Muscles his way in there.
Wow, just muscled his way in for his first points in tonight's contest. And Carter Wamsley, just a sophomore, will be calling his name and number quite often over the course of the next couple seasons for Eastern York. .447 to go here. Central York down by 2, 7-5.
A lot of action so far in this game.
As expected here between these two schools. Ben Natal's floater misses. But there's Saxton Sukanik
Great tip in
for the cleanup.
for Saxton Sukanik. Another one of those hustle guys. Don't really expect a lot of points out of him, but rebounds, defense, and playing tight.
Off the iron. And a scramble for the ball. And the student sections from both schools kind of decked out in Valentine's Day colors here.
Absolutely.
Pink, red, white.
It is Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is.
That's a nice screen. Bosman.
Off
Short.
the iron. Rebound by Gettinger. Great.
He's going to come down and try to get a good shot. That's a nice matchup right here. Ryan Brown Jr. wide open.
Off the iron there.
Open look. That's what they wanted. They get a chance to knock it down. And that's a nice box out.
Jack Weaver's three came up short. And
I tell you what, Weaver's not shy about shooting that three. That's two of them so far.
Nice jump
That's
shot
three of them
by
so far in the
Gettinger.
game. 3 threes that Weaver shot with no hesitation.
No, not at all.
He
You're
has the
right.
green light.
Greg Gettinger now with 5 points, the son of former NBA player Jay Gettinger, who's in attendance here with his wife tonight, watching their son. And right now, Central York up by 2, 9-7, with 3:36 to go. A 30-second timeout right now on the court as the Central York cheerleaders are entertaining the fan base here. Greg Gettinger leads all scorers with 5 points. Jack Weaver for Eastern York has 3 points. And earlier tonight, our first broadcast, York High with a big win over West York, 47-43. York High punched their ticket for the county finals, which will be played here this coming Thursday. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. as we bring the game to you, Sports Shooting Stars. The girls will take center stage tomorrow as Dallastown takes on Red Lion. And in Central York, Lady Panthers take on DeLone Catholic Squirettes. Big matchups tomorrow as well as Sports Shooting Stars brings the games to you tomorrow night. First game starts at 6 p.m. And there's a drive by Carter Foot Renwick and his first points tonight. Nice move by Carter to the bucket.
They got to get those rebounds. That's the key to the game.
Wamsley baseline, and what a move to the bucket by Carter Wamsley. You can see his potential continues to grow as a sophomore for the Eastern Golden Knights. 4 points now for Carter.
Ben Real has to know his job tonight is to keep Carter Wamsley. You got to be physical with him. Carter's going to play downhill and try to get his points, and you got to match that energy. Ben Real has to match that energy that Carter brings to the table.
And that's a fun matchup to watch as this game progresses. Number 34 for Eastern, Carter Wamsley, and Central York's number 13, Ben Real, stepping out right now. He's going to take a breather.
Coming in the game is Golden Peas.
Drive to the net by Ben Natal, calling it off.
That's a tough move by Ben Natal, but
Yeah,
the referee saw something
Much to the dismay of the Central York fan base here. Not happy with that call. Back. Eastern up by 2, 11-9, 2:28 remaining here in the opening quarter.
Greg for another 3.
And drains it. Big shot by Greg Gettinger.
Greg with 8 points so far in the first quarter. Interesting that Central York comes out in somewhat of a zone versus a man. I think they can match up pretty well with Eastern York, but you know that zone that they run, that trap, does create some turnovers.
And Ryan Brown Jr. checking back in for Central as Ben Natal's going to take a breather on the sideline. 2:05 to go.
And they're looking for
down low. It's the number 24, Austin Bosman. And
the one thing that Central York needs to do is to be physical. They have to be physical. Eastern likes to pound the ball in the paint and like to get good shots, get guys off their feet. You got to get some bump. You got to have some strength and some brute. But you got to be physical with Eastern if you want to go back and forth with them. Great job from Bosman at the free throw line, knocking down his first. As we said again, 1,000-point scorer, going to school for baseball. Well, I'm sorry, going to school for college to Marywood, but also plays baseball.
Baseball, yeah, and considering it to be a pre-med student at the collegiate level, thinks both of his.
Very smart guy.
Yes.
Now you see the 2 freshmen in the game, Brooklyn Nason. They come up with a trap.
And a trap on Ryan Brown Jr. Needs some help down low. Matthew Parker.
And that's
there
a good
for
pass.
The easy put in.
And that pass right there was created with the retreat dribble. You step back and retreat like you're almost, you don't have anywhere to go. You just throw it down the field. Throw it down the court. Great job from Ryan Brown Jr., but also great shot from Matthew Parker. And that's a travel.
And a travel called. Central York with a 1-point lead, 14-13 with 1:36 to go. And for fans that are tuned in, they may recognize the name Matthew Parker, and not only Matthew Parker, but Saxon Sukanik from the Central York football team. Matthew Parker started as a freshman kicker for Central York.
And keep an eye on number 10, Brooklyn Nace. He's one of the guys next up to be the quarterback for Central York. So you'll be seeing him a lot on the football field, but at the quarterback position. It's a lot of little Russell tussle going on there.
Getting her with the ball for Central York. Nace for 3 off the iron. It'll be Eastern's ball with 1:11 to go here.
Carter Wamsley with the ball, gets it across the half-court mark. And he's on the floor with it. It's a steal, but
and a scramble
still,
for
they
the
got
ball.
it.
Central with it.
Downhill.
Parker.
The freshman Brooklyn Nace cleaning up the debris on the floor.
His first points in tonight's game.
And that's off the foot.
That's Levi YAIAA just out of his hands. We saw him our previous game at Red Lion as an 8-point contributor in the win last week over Littlestown.
And that was off the leg of Levi. A lot of points being scored so far in this first quarter.
First quarter, yeah, right now Central York up by 3, 16-13.
Not so much a defensive game, but a good game nonetheless.
And there through the bucket.
Craig Gettinger, he just had that soft touch in the paint. And you
10
see
points, he's hit double digits already.
And you see Central
Gettinger.
York is still in that trap. They believe in it.
There's Wamsley.
Call it on the floor.
On the floor.
Don't know the referee's name, but these guys been around the league for a long time. They know the game.
"13 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Eastern York's possession.
Carter Walmsley mixing it up a little bit.
Off the iron.
Rebound by Ryan Brown Jr. Only about 3 seconds to go. Shoot the three.
It's a shot up off the iron.
Close. No cigar.
And your score after the end of the first quarter, Central York 18, Eastern York 13. Your leading scorer, leading all scorers tonight, Greg Gittinger with 10 points.
Yeah, you almost got to expect that. They want Greg to have around 18, 20 points per game, along with Ben Real and Ben Natal. Them guys they're pretty much the anchor for the Central York Ball Club. And, the other guys like Brooklyn Nace, Ryan Brown Jr., Saxon Mechanic, Matthew Parker, they kind of just clean up what they can clean up and just get their points when they can. But it has to be about defense tonight. Trying to score bucket for bucket is no way to play the game. You want to play some defense, get some steals, and get some easy points in transition from both ball clubs. That's what you want.
And leading scorers for Eastern York, Austin Bosman with 4 points, and Carter Walmsley has 4 points. Right now it adds up to a 5-point lead for Central York, 18-13. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. It would be a good time to mention our sponsors for tonight's game. Jay Gittinger of Lamar Advertising Company, Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill, Inch & Company Sports with John and Jeff Inch, John Turpak and Ron Johnson of S3 Performance Training, and Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer. All sponsors for tonight's game between Eastern York and Central York.
And you can see their sponsorship information. their contact information at the lower third of our screen, and also with their logo. And you want to reach out to them, they're right on Facebook and Instagram. Big time supporters for York County Athletics, York and Adams County Athletics. So really appreciate what they do.
There's Ben Rill there for the cleanup. Ben Rill's first points tonight.
Ben Rill with the tip in, and that's good defense. So far, that's going to give Central York their biggest lead of the game, 2013 at 7-point lead. Can't count out Eastern York at all. They're here for a reason. They was in the county championship last year.
And they're part of the Final Four this year.
Yep, a good team nonetheless. That's a steal from Ryan Brown Jr. He's going downhill. Let's see what he mixes up. Slows it down, kicks it out to his guy.
Gittinger, shot short.
And that's what you need to do, get on the board.
There's Bowden, Peace off the iron.
And that was an open look for Bowden Peace. Didn't have a chance to knock it down. But I like the scrappiness that I see from Central York. They're starting to play a little bit more physical, what they need to do. As we know, Eastern York is going to be a physical team. Carter
thought about it
for a second. That was close to a travel.
.6:53 remaining before halftime.
As always, want to thank all the fans for tuning in for our doubleheader for our second game of the evening. We'll be back tomorrow with a doubleheader of the girls semifinals. But right now,
tomorrow, featuring Red Lion and Dallastown, and then Central York and Delone Catholic tomorrow night. But right now, it's Eastern and Central York tonight. Two teams battling it out here, trying to punch their ticket to the county championships, which will be played this Thursday right here. York High awaits the winner of Eastern York and Central York.
coming back into the game is Ben Natal, as you said. Scorer.
Bosman with the bucket.
Bosman knows how to score.
He knows how to score. There's no doubt about that, too. Central now with the ball. A 5-point lead, 20-15. Gittinger drives to the net.
Greg Gittinger going to the line. Want to give a shout out to his father, Jay Gittinger, former NBA player for the Cleveland Cavaliers, also a sponsor tonight with Lamar Advertising Company. I know anybody who's anybody in York and Adams County know who Lamar Advertising Company is. It's the big billboards that you see on long side of the road or inside your city. And right now, Central York is going with their big lineup. Not only guard they have out there right now is Ben Natal. They're looking probably to get some rebounds, set some screens.
12 points for Greg Gettinger.
Can't deny that Eastern York is so well coached by Coach Seitz. He gets the best out of his guys all the time.
Shot does not go in. Rebound. Bosman for 3 off the iron.
And that's exactly why you have Matthew Parker in the game for those rebounds.
A physical player for this Central York team. You may call him a facilitator of sorts with his duties out there on the court.
Well, you look at Bosman, you look at Walmsley. They have grown men bodies. They don't look like little kids out there. They have grown man bodies in high school, and they're very effective on the offense and defensive side. Ben Natal with his hesitation dribble.
And the put in by Ben Natal.
Going left.
His first points, as I mentioned in our pregame show, he averages 14 points.
Greg Gettinger with the steal.
Saxon Sukanic with the rebound, the kick out to Ben Natal.
And they're going to call a travel.
And a travel call.
Ben had an opportunity to knock down that 3, but he saw something more getting to the bucket. But a foul was called. Travel was called.
Travel, yep. With 5:37 to go before halftime. Central York up 24-15.
That's a steal.
Turnover.
I said coming into the game, I think the guards for Central York can put a lot of pressure on Eastern York, but I believe Eastern York, with their bigs, they can add, their pressure as well down in the paint.
And right now, Central up. There's Ben Natal for 3 and drains it.
And that's a big-time 3. That was needed.
5 points now for Ben Natal, who's starting to warm up offensively. And a big lead right now for Central York, 27-15 over Eastern York with 5:05 to go before halftime.
That gives Central York their biggest lead of the night at 12. Still early in the game. Anything can happen. It's a packed house here tonight.
Packed house as the Central York Panthers cheerleaders are entertaining the fans here during the timeout. I want to remind you, the sports fans that are tuned in, tomorrow night we'll be back right here at York Tech Fieldhouse for the girls semifinal round as Red Lion takes on Dallastown. And Central York will play DeLone Catholic tomorrow night right here at York Tech. Our coverage will begin at around 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Another doubleheader of action tomorrow. And then, of course, we move into the championship round Thursday night. The boys, York High, they've punched their ticket. They'll be here. They'll await the winner of Eastern York or Central York. And then the girls' championship game will be played this Friday right here. All the action taking place here at York Tech Fieldhouse. And Sports Shooting Stars, we bring the games to you all week through our YouTube page and our Facebook page. As we're coming off the timeout, Eastern York with the possession. Down by 12, looking to get back into this game against Central York. Down low to Walmsley. Swatted away by Ben Rill. And there's that matchup we talked about at Ben Rill and Carter Walmsley. The battle of the bigs. Ben Rill listed at 6'8", sophomore. As I mentioned earlier, Carter Walmsley, 6'6". Two sophomores going at it.
Walmsley with the ball. Out to his teammate. Weaver looking at Walmsley. That's where he likes the ball at, deep in the pocket. Questionable call there, shooting the ball over your shoulder. It looks like Ben Rill just had his hands up, but the referee saw it different. It's going to send Carter Walmsley to the line, shooting 2.
right now sitting with 4 points. I'd like to add to his point total right now. His teammate Austin Bosman has 6 points. .431 to go here before halftime. And as Ben Rill's going to take a timeout right now, coming back into the game, Brooklyn Ace.
And with that foul, going to give Ben a break. Ben Rill. Rebound by Saxon Sukanik.
We've seen Saxon Sukanik in prior games, his defensive specialty on defense, a player to keep an eye on defensively. There's a floater by Natal.
And that's one call that I see more often than not at the charge call this year.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, for all teams, the referees are not playing that. They're calling charges pretty fast in a lot of games, and they're not allowing the guy, to sacrifice his body for nothing. If he puts his body there, they're going to call that charge call. Checking out the game is Ben Natal. He has two fouls, I believe. Checking back in the game is Ryan Brown Jr. And
Two freshmen on the court.
You see the 2 freshmen on the court. Barely 15 years old, I guess.
They play a lot older than both of their ages. I mean, we've seen in several games the freshmen. Down low, and the bucket made.
And that was a great pass from Bosman.
Weaver. Jack Weaver now with 5 points for Eastern York.
Jack Weaver does a great job with the ball, moving without the ball and looking for his shot.
Central York 27, Eastern York 18 with just over 3.5 minutes remaining. There's a deep 3, in and out of the bucket. Rebound by Carter Walmsley.
That's the look that they wanted.
Carter Foot Renwick. Down low to the big man and the put in. Carter Walmsley.
And
7 points. Timeout called by Central head coach Jeff Hoke. With 3:12 remaining, Central York has a 7-point lead. 27-20 over Eastern York. Greg Gittinger leads all scorers with 12 points. And Carter Walmsley leads Eastern scorers with 7 points.
Yeah, and Eastern York's done a great job of chipping back into the game, playing their type of game, getting the ball in the paint. That's where they wanted at. Their bigs are really good at, scoring and adding production. And they're doing what they want right now. And that's a wise timeout from Coach Hoke for Central York to kind of settle his guys down and get them ready for the rest of the second quarter.
And still plenty of basketball left here. For Eastern York. Chipping away in that lead.
Hey, yo, press up. Hey, yo, press up.
Central York now with the possession, coming off the timeout.
And it's getting louder here tonight.
Down low, Saxon Sukanik. Deep 3,
Matthew Parker. It's not really his resume, but he can knock it down if he gets the opportunity.
5 points for Matthew Parker. And talk about a contributor tonight. He's doing that for Central York.
And it looks like Eastern's trying to get that pass down low.
Matthew Parker with 5 points. And a 10-point lead for Central York, 30-20.
And that's sending
Walmsley to the charity stripe. Yes. 8 points for Carter. Leads all his teammates. Have another opportunity here to add to his point total. As Matt Zerby checks in for Eastern York. Jack Weaver going to take a timeout on the bench. 9 points for Carter. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining here before halftime. An 8-point lead for Central, 30-22.
I think it was a 3-second call. I'm not for sure, Todd.
Well, he gives Eastern the possession here with 2:17 remaining. Bausman brings the ball up. And a three-point made. That's Brady Seitz. His first points tonight. And a timeout called by Central York's head coach, Jeff Hogue.
And that's about an 8-2 run for Eastern York. Great job of getting right back into the game. Now it's only a 5-point game.
And Eastern York chipping away in that lead. Now just a 5-point lead for Central York, 30-25. Another entertaining game here tonight, too. I mean,
absolutely. Like I said, it's anybody's ball game. I don't expect any blowouts. We're at the YAIA County semifinals, so you got to understand it's the best 4 teams that they had to offer in our county, York and Adams, and it's going to be a barn burner.
York High awaits the winner of this matchup here tonight between Eastern York and Central. Greg Gettinger leads all scorers with 12 points. And it'll be Central's possession coming off the timeout.
And right now, it's very crucial for Central to get a score.
Ryan Brown Jr. with the ball to give to Matthew Parker down low. And a travel called.
Matthew Parker tried to attack the hole. He just came back from hitting that three-pointer, so he's still feeling offensive. But, you want to get the ball out to your guards and let them work the offense. It's very crucial for them to get a score on that possession. But right now it's about defense. Eastern York is doing a great job of playing their type of game. And you can see the foul discrepancy at 10-4.
And it's going to send Austin Bausman to the charity stripe. He has 6 points.
Bausman knocks it down calm and coolly. And Central York has really cooled off so far. They're having a hot first quarter.
Ryan Brown Jr. now with the ball.
Ryan Brown Jr. with the ball, setting it up. Greg Gettinger with the ball. It's some of a double team.
The kick out. There's Ryan Brown Jr. for 3.
Hits a 3.
5 points for Ryan Brown Jr. Travel called.
And when you're a guard, you're like a smaller guard. You kind of can hide out in the corner a little bit and get that kick out. Nice kick out.
As was evident there, Ryan Brown Jr. And right now, Central York with the lead, 33-27.
And that's a three they desperately needed. Eastern York was doing a great job of chipping into this lead. They're still into the game. Like I said, it's only a 6-point game. Go either way. But it looks like Central York doesn't want to give the ball back to Eastern York. And they're going to kind of hold out for the last second. As you can see, Eastern York in the 2-3 zone. Well, pretty much face guarding Greg Gittinger. And here's the trap. Out to Brooklyn Nace with the runner.
Now, Eastern York
Gives Eastern York a lot of time on the clock to kind of get a score before going into halftime. Taking their time with the ball. Sykes with it. Guard against Ben Natal.
Under 5 seconds to go here before halftime. Walmsley's jump shot off the iron.
Rebound by Ryan Brown Jr. to end the first half.
With your score, Central York 33, Eastern York 27. Your thoughts on the first half, dude?
Oh, first half, a lot of action in the first quarter. Was pretty much all Central York in the first quarter. Second quarter, Eastern York did a great job of chipping back into the game, going to their bigs, getting some big-time buckets. And, you know, Central York did enough just to hold them off in the first half to have this 6-point lead. It's anybody's ball game, as we keep saying. These are the top 4 teams in the county. And just like that York High and West York game, I expect to go down to the wire.
Yeah, and your leading scorer, Greg Gittinger, leads all scores with 12 points. For Eastern York, Carter Walmsley, 9 points. It all adds up right now to a Central lead, 33-27. We're at halftime here at York Tech Fieldhouse. And it would be a good time to maybe take a commercial break.
Yeah, we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll be back probably in about 5 minutes and talk a little bit about the second half.
I've been asked why, and ask why right now. You know, and I've been asked that question a lot lately. Why bring this kind of facility to York County? And every day I'm reminded more and more of what our world needs is unity and coming together, and a central location where everyone can put the stresses of their life away, come in where they're all accepted, no matter what skill level, what age you are, where you're from. When you come through the doors of our facility, we want to be all one unified community coming together to push each other to be the best people they can possibly be.
They waited till now to get blown out.
No, and he did. He didn't struggle.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't know when you get this far.
Yeah. Okay, okay. We're back, sports fans. Todd Edwards along with Dude Jones, and ready to start the second half of the game, the start of the third quarter. Central York 33, Eastern York 27. It should be an entertaining second half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, get ready for a second half. You know, Eastern, as I always say, is well coached by Coach Seitz. He knows how to get the best out of his players, and we shall see how the second half is going to be. But same thing for Central York. Carter Walmsley for three.
Walmsley off the iron. Eastern York will be moving right to left now on your TV screen. Central left to right. Start the second half.
And it looks like they want to pound the ball into Ben Real.
There's Ben Real.
That scrappiness that we just talked about.
Right now.
That's what you need to have, is the scrappiness and the physicality.
That's Jack Weaver.
You want to set the tone with the physicality and being scrappy. You don't want Saxon Sukanik doing the entry pass into the post. Not a wise move.
Three from Bousman and connects. 11 points for Bousman right now, and he leads all Eastern York scorers and pulls Eastern York within three. Nice jump shot there.
Nice pump fake, dribble, mid-range assassin Ben Natal. Great shot for Ben.
Came into tonight's game averaging nearly 15 points per game.
Had 7 so far tonight. Jack Weaver looking at that three-pointer. Shot 3 of them in the first half. Didn't really connect on any of them.
Down low in the post there to Carter Walmsley.
Got to get that rebound.
Sometimes who wants it more, right, dude?
Absolutely.
On the defensive side, baseline. Oh, in and out of the basket.
Brian Brown Jr. with the ball, pushing in transition. Looks, assesses, kicks out to Ben Natal.
A 5-point lead right now for the Panthers. Jump shot by Natal. And the foot in.
Big time shot from Saxon Sukanik. Great job of rebounding from that turnover he just had. Great rebound.
Yeah,
and way to get scrappy.
4 points for Saxton Sukanik right now. Extends Central York's lead to 7, 37-30.
And Eastern's not allowing Central York to get too much of a lead. They're cutting right back into it every chance they get.
Yeah, you don't want, as you mentioned, you don't want Central to get on a big run here. They're capable of putting the game away, and right now your thought process, if you're Eastern, you have to keep this game close.
Absolutely. Sending Jack Weaver to the line. Jack Weaver always looking to score. Number 32 for Eastern York.
Jack Weaver with 6 points. Make that 7 points for Jack Weaver. And you know, dude, sometimes we talked about brothers playing on a team, brothers playing against each other. There's Ryan Brown Jr. for 3. Big 3. 8 for Ryan Brown Jr. And by the way, he's a freshman. 8 points for Ryan Brown Jr. My question to you is, how is it as a father watching your son play again, calling the game on a broadcast?
Well, it's a lot of fun because I know he likes to play basketball. He's just a downhill type of player. He likes to play, and you know, it's always fun watching any of my kids play basketball. You know, for Central York or just in general for their ball club. So it is a lot of fun. Win or lose, it's a lot of fun. So just to add on, Ryan Brown Jr. had 9 points in the first round. So, you know, as far as getting into the counties and you know, his first time being on this big time stage, he's doing a really good job as far as not having turnovers.
Jack Weaver down low. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it doesn't seem like the stage is too big for Ryan Brown Jr. or the other freshman for Central, Brooklyn Nace.
Yeah, guys that's ready ready to play in these type of matchups. Ryan Brown Jr., as we said before, you know, hit some clutch free throws early in the season for the win against YAIAA. He's known to be in those situations. He likes to play basketball, and you know, he has a lot of love for his teammates. So,
and I would imagine at this stage of the season, you're really not a freshman anymore. I mean, technically, but
right.
A lot of games under your belt.
And that's 2 misses for Jack Weaver. He's pretty solid. And that's
On
another bad turnover.
Carter Walmsley's shot does not go in. A scramble for the ball.
That's the travel. Did not call the travel. And it's starting to get scrappy down there.
It is. Well, and you figure both teams know that, you know, single elimination. One team after tonight goes home. Their county run would be over. Now, both of these teams will prepare for a district run. An 8-point lead for Central, 40-32 right now. Central York down low.
Ben Brill in transition.
Saxon Sukanik to the net and the foot in.
And there were some steps on both players for that play right there, but they did not call it. And that's 2 points for Saxon Sukanik. Way to work.
Out called by head coach Justin Seitz of Eastern. A 10-point lead right now for Central, 42-32. Let's go down through the point totals here. Greg Gittinger leads all scores right now with 12. Austin Bausman with 11 points for Eastern York. Against Central York, a 10-point lead. Go ahead, Duke.
Yeah, and these games are all about momentum. So right now, Central York has that momentum. That's the reason why Coach Seitz for Eastern called the timeout to kind of slow it down a bit. They know Central likes to run, just like YAIAA. They like to run it in transition, and you don't want them to have too much momentum, you know, going into the third quarter.
I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Jay Gittinger of Lamar Advertising Company, Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill, Inch & Company Sports with John and Jeff Inch, John Turpak and Ron Johnson at S3 Performance Training, and Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer, all sponsors for tonight's game between Eastern York and Central. Thank you for your sponsorships, and we're back to action coming off the timeout. It's Brady Seitz with the ball.
It looks like Eastern's trying to get the ball in the post, and that's an errant pass that goes out of bounds.
Pass intended for Carter Foot Renwick went out of bounds. It'll be Central's possession. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Central York is very content with this passing the ball around the horn. Nice step back
by Ben Natal and in.
It gets the shooter's touch. And the ball bounces in
Ben
for 2
makes
points.
It look easy at times, particularly on that shot. Nice move.
Bouncing with the ball.
9 points.
Little bit of space there.
In and out of the bucket.
Couldn't connect. Ryan Brown Jr. with the ball, with the outlet. Easy shot. Saxon Sukanik couldn't knock it down. Great look, though.
A 12-point lead right now for Central, 44-32, with just over 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
For a deep three off the backboard. Rebound by Ryan. Oh, Greg Gittinger pushes the ball down the court. Another one for Saxon Sukanik.
Nice move.
And Saxon's starting to become that X factor. That guy you're not paying attention to is getting some buckets.
And he has 8 points already. as a contributor for Central York right now. It all adds up to a 14-point lead for Central York, 46-32 with 2:59 to go.
And that was a foul call against Ryan Brown Jr., and the ball just kind of rolled off his leg, so don't really understand that call. But the referee saw it otherwise, so.
Yeah, and that's his third foul.
Third foul, so he has to take a break.
Keep an eye on here with just under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Eastern York has a really good offense. Spin move.
There's Walmsley. Nice move by Walmsley. And the and one. $11 points for Carter Walmsley, his teammate Austin Bousman with 11 as well. Carter with a chance to go ahead here with the and one.
Gives Carter Walmsley 11 points. Also, Bousman has 11
Yes,
points.
22 points between the two of them.
Very balanced attack from their two-star players. Central York is in no rush. They have the lead.
As we mentioned, the winner of this game takes on York High.
And here's that trap. It's going to leave Brooklyn Nace wide open.
Bousman last touched the ball, went out of bounds.
Great job from Austin Bousman.
Central will maintain possession with 2:11 to go.
Ben Natal downhill.
Feeds it down low to Ben Rill.
Great pass to Ben Rill.
4 points for Ben Rill tonight.
6'8".
Just
sophomore.
a sophomore, yes. Down low to YAIAA. And Levi with his first points tonight. And the opportunity for an and one. 6'2" junior. 1:52 remaining here in the third quarter. And Eastern York looking to kind of chip away at Central's lead.
And that's a great cut for Ayala to get to the three-point play, sending him to the line. He did.
Against Littlestown, I believe he scored 8 points, and there's his third point.
Provide some good production
Yes.
for Eastern York when he's in the game. Levi has 3 points on the night so far. And I said again, Eastern York is still kind of around. They're not laying down at all. Entry pass
Down
to
low
Ben Rill.
matched up against Walmsley down low in the post. Interesting to watch that matchup between Rill and Walmsley, both sophomores.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Ben Rill and Carter Walmsley play on the same AAU team, York Ballers. Yes.
Yes.
16U.
I'd like to see that team play. That'd be a
Oh, that
collection
team
of
is good.
all-stars.
That's coached by Coach Seitz, and he knows what he's doing with the Ballers. That team is unreal. Actually, Ben Natal plays on that team too.
Oh, wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Seitz' son plays on the team as well.
Brady Sites?
Brady Seitz.
Yes.
So there's a lot of connections here between Eastern York and Central. Ben Rill knocks down both, giving him 6 points on the night.
Under a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Central York 50, Eastern York 37.
Great job from Carter
with the
Walmsley.
rebound.
Right now, Eastern York's doing a great job on the boards.
Back and forth possessions there down near the baseline.
And it's getting a little chippy down there, Todd. We see a lot of cameras out here tonight. Cade Visuals is here, Cade Burdett.
Rock Lane Films earlier. Various media outlets are here, and rightly so. These are big games.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of highlights after this game. A lot of highlights done by Cade K. Burdett of.
He has a knack of putting those video montages together, doesn't he?
Oh, his videos are like a movie, man. They're amazing.
Incredible work. And for fans that are tuned in that have not liked and subscribed to Cade Visuals, check his work out. It's absolutely fabulous. Of course, in our earlier game tonight, York High defeated West York 47-43. They punched their ticket to the county championship, awaiting the winner of this game. And a turnover.
Greg Gittinger trying to do a little one-on-one there. Just want to kind of work the ball around, but he's a one-on-one player. He can score points like that, so, you know, he can't knock the junior for that play there. He's a one-on-one type of player.
Nice bucket there by Jack Weaver.
Jack Weaver, very aggressive on offense, already with 9 points.
Central York 50, Eastern York 39. Under 10 seconds remaining. There's Ryan Brown Jr. with the floater, and it floats in for him. Double digits for Ryan Brown Jr. And just to remind the fans at home, he's a freshman for Central York. And your score after the end of 3 quarters, Central York 52, Eastern York 39. And leading scores for Eastern York, Austin Bousman with 11. Carter Walmsley also has 11 points. For Central York, Greg Gittinger has 12 points, followed by Ryan Brown Jr., 10 points. Ben Natal has 9 points, and Saxton Sukanik with 8 points. Ben Rill with 6 points. It all adds up to a Central York lead, 52-39. And it would be a good time to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, Jay Gittinger of Lamar Advertising Company, Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill, Inch & Company Sports with John and Jeff Inch, John Turpak and Ron Johnson of S3 Performance Training, and Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer, all sponsors for tonight's broadcast. We appreciate our sponsorships, and we thank you, the fans, for tuning in to our double feature tonight. We'll be back on the air tomorrow, starting around 6 p.m. as the girls take center stage here with the Final Four featuring Red Lion versus Dallastown and Central York versus DeLone Catholic, all emanating right here from York Tech Fieldhouse. And then the county championships, the boys game will be played here Thursday night, followed then by that Friday night, the girls championship game, all right here from York Tech Fieldhouse. And we're back to action to start the 4th quarter. Central York down to Ben Natal in the put-in.
And it's starting, Central York is starting to get their flow right now, letting a lot of guys score buckets.
Well, between Ryan Brown Jr., Ben Natal, and Greg Gittinger, it's a 1-2-3 punch right now for Central York.
That's their big 3 for the night so far. But Ben Rill is still going to get busy. He's still going to have an opportunity to score some buckets. Carter Walmsley with the spin move. Tough shot. And he likes to get right there to the elbow, create some space, and knock down that shot. Carter Walmsley is playing a nice, coordinated, strategic game so far.
Well,
Really not taking any bad shots at all.
11 points tonight. Of course, in the game we broadcasted last week against Littlestown, Carter chipped in 15 points. Misses his first shot. We'll get another opportunity. 7:28 to go. $12 points for Carter Walmsley.
Ben Natal bringing the ball down the court. Sees something. To the bucket. Nothing.
Out of bounds.
Sort of a quick shot, but, you know, Ben Natal is another guy who could score off the dribble and likes to get to the rim when he scores.
He does.
And Todd, that last game, West York and York High, I mean, it's a packed house here tonight, but it was even packed even more with the West York and York High game. I can feel some air coming in here now. Before I had no air at all.
It was standing room only, and it was a hot, deep three by Bausman. Misses. Yeah, still a nice crowd for this game.
Absolutely. Ben Natal downhill. Ben real short, and he can't find his touch as of yet.
York in transition. Bausman to the net. What a move by Bausman. 13 points for Bausman. And Carter Walmsley, 12 points.
Again, you cannot count Eastern York out. You know, this is a tight game, and they're going right down to the wire as far as scoring points. They're not going to give up.
Well, it's a 12-point lead right now for Central York, but as you know, Eastern York, they can strike quickly.
And now is the time for Central York to kind of push the issue a little bit, with Bausman going to the bench to take a breather. And there's a trap set up. Nice pass out to Ben Natal. That was a little freshman to freshman connection there.
Both freshmen on the court here for Central York. And if you're a Central York fan, the positive is this team, for the most part, the next couple of years is going to be bloated. I mean, it's just
absolutely
a young team. They'll be back, and
at least for the next 2 years, you're going to have these guys, and then for a lot of them, for the next 3 years. So
yes,
it's good times.
Central York 54, Eastern York 42, 6:18 remaining. Eastern York's possession. Carter Walmsley bringing the ball up court. Bausman back in the game. He took a little time out, and he's back into this game. Bausman sent to the charity stripe.
Right now, Eastern York's doing a great job on the boards. Great job on the boards for Eastern York.
And there for the put-in.
Really sloppy with the ball.
Points.
Ryan Brown Jr. with the ball. Wisely brings it back out.
A 10-point lead. Panthers 54, Golden Knights 44.
Super sloppy from Central York on that possession there, but great job from Eastern York for staying aggressive and, you know, getting that steal and getting some points off their sloppiness. Still anybody's ball game. A little less than 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Central York up by 10 points. Not super convincing, but up by 10. That's another steal for Eastern York, and they have a guy open.
Sights to the net, the kick out.
Got to get the ball up, and there they are. They got numbers.
Ryan Brown Jr. There's Ben Rill.
A lot of quick shots from Central York. Great job from Ben Rill getting that rebound.
He's got fouled on the play. He's going to head to the charity stripe here. 5:09 to go.
Want to go ahead and recognize some of our sponsors here for the game tonight. Will also be some of our sponsors for tomorrow night as well.
Jay Gittinger of Lamar Advertising Company. Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill.
Inchico Sports.
Carter Walmsley, there he is to clean it up.
Carter Walmsley doing a great job of moving without the ball, and it's doing that cleanup job, as you said. 14 points so far in this contest. Kick out
Three
for
by Natal drains it.
kick out to Ben Natal. Assist for Ryan Brown Jr.
S3 Performance Training, also another sponsor for tonight's game, along with Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer. All sponsors of tonight's game. A 13-point lead right now with 4:29 to go. Central York 59, Eastern York 46. Your thoughts, Stu, on this game here in the second half?
Oh, it's been highly contested. Like I said, very very impressed by Eastern York and what they bring to the table. Really good team. Well coached, as I keep on saying. Carter Wamsley's really doing a great job. Bosman as well, and Jack Weaver. They're the big three right now. And but there's too much firepower coming from the Central York side. It's been a little bit sloppy, but they're still playing some really good basketball.
4:29 remaining. York High awaits the winner of this matchup, Eastern York and Central York. And coming off the timeout, it'll be Central's possession.
And one more foul, I believe he's going to send. Well, that does send Ben Natal to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Yep.
And just imagine, Todd, if Central York walks out with the victory of that York High Central York matchup, third time this year matchup, and it's for all the marbles as far as the county. But Central York has to make it out of this game here.
Yes.
Eastern York is still fighting. They're still in the game.
And there's still time, just over 4 minutes remaining.
Still a
Down
lot
by
of time on the
13.
clock. Eastern York, you don't want to give Bosman that much room. He can knock it down. And they're trying to get the ball into the post.
For Walmsley. Walmsley now at the charity stripe. $15 points for Carter Walmsley. His teammate Austin Bausman with 15 points as well. Deep three by Natal off the iron, rebounded by Bausman. Central's possession.
So right now it's a 1-and-1 for both ball
Yes.
clubs. So any foul is going to send the guys to the line.
And the freshman, Brooklyn Nace. Sent to the charity stripe. 3:32 remaining here in regulation. A 13-point lead for Central, 59-46. And 3 points for Brooklyn Nace. And a 14-point lead for Central York. They're clearly in the driver's seat with 3:32 remaining.
Carter Walmsley with the ball. Hasn't attempted a three so far in this game. Nice to get his ball in the mid-range.
Nice move by Brady Sutton.
And that's just a great move by Brady Sites.
5'9" sophomore has 5 points.
Somewhat of a hesitation. Got himself to the rim for an easy layup. Still a lot of time on the clock.
3:17 remaining. Central York 60, Eastern York 49.
Anybody's ball game at this point with about 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Want to thank all the fans for tuning in tonight. Always our sponsors. You can see the cheerleaders out there doing their thing. Very athletic. Student athletes as well. The whole team can do flips.
I'm seeing that. That's on display right now.
Great
Dude,
job.
I'm waiting for you to go down there. And
Oh,
do
nah.
that, you know.
Those days are over. Or that days never happened.
Leading scorer for Central York, Ben Natal,
Wow.
with 13 points.
Boom. Knocked it out. Did a great job.
Greg Gittinger with 12 points. Ryan Brown Jr., 10 points. Saxon Sukanik with 8 points. Ben Rill with 8 points. And Matthew Parker with 5 points. For Eastern York, both Carter Walmsley and Austin Bosman both each have 15 points. Between the two players, 30 points scored of the 49 points for Eastern York.
Yeah, he closer.
Out to
And-
Gittinger.
And that's going to send Greg Gittinger to the line.
It's a 1-1 right now. It sends Greg Gittinger, as I mentioned earlier, has 12 points to the charity stripe.
Greg Gittinger has an opportunity to extend this lead somewhat. Knocks it down. The junior, all-county junior, all-county since freshman. Every year, last year had a horrendous injury that kept him out the game, kept him out for about 10 games.
Good portion of the season, yes. And back, appears healthy all season.
Absolutely. Getting a lot of D1 looks, a lot of offers. Big shout out, like I said again, the fans are just tuning in. His dad, Jay Gittinger, played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, an NBA team, a few years back. And that's Carter
There's a
Walmsley for three.
Off the iron.
Said again, Carter doesn't take too many bad shots. Carter Walmsley doesn't take too many bad shots at all. He's very calculated in the way he scores and gets buckets. A lot of the fans are not happy with that call.
But
There's a lot of fouls called, so far in this game. Carter uncharacteristically misses a free throw. He's really a knockdown shooter.
Three minutes even to go here in regulation. It's going to send Saxton Sukanik now to the free throw line.
And I tell you what, Saxon Sukanik is having a game tonight. He's their utility player. He does a little bit of everything.
9
but
points.
Tonight he has 9 points, man. He has the opportunity to hit the double digits. Very scrappy
The
player.
point distribution for Central tonight's been on point, no pun intended. And big reason for their lead right now, 63-49.
And Central York is kind of set up just like York High. A lot of their basketball players also play football. Saxon Sukanik, a defensive back for Central York, and that's a great shot from Bosman.
17 points for Bosman.
And that's a kick out. Easy.
Ben Rill.
Way to break the press. And they're celebrating a little bit. Got to get back on defense. Bosman going downhill.
And the easy put in for Bosman. 19 points for Austin tonight.
And Greg Gittinger didn't want to get another foul. He kind of just let him run right past him for the open layup. And the fouls are still being called in this game, Todd. It's over 20 fouls in this half. And I just want to tell the fans, we do not do a player to game for the county playoffs. We know it's a team team-oriented. Give Saxon Buchanan 10 points on the night.
10 points.
Carter Wamsley with the ball, mid-range short.
Big three. Simon Lipsis with his first points tonight with 2:02 to go.
I tell you what, Eastern York is not giving up at all. They're still getting their rebounds. They're still playing aggressive. Central York needs to learn how to finish games the right way, especially if you want to go into the county championship, against a team like York High.
Yeah, and right now just a 10-point lead for Central York with 2:02 to go. Central York 66, Eastern York 56.
From her home, they're here down the street, right up on Queen Street. I know she's watching from home. Big shout out to Mom. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Well, happy Valentine's Day to Mama Brown, huh?
Sure.
Yeah, and happy Valentine's Day to my wife who's watching, along with my youngest daughter, Lindsay, watching in the comfort of their own home tonight.
My sister's also
And-
here tonight, so happy Valentine's Day to her. My fiance, Belinda Morales, is also on the camera, so happy Valentine's Day to her. My nieces and nephews, my daughter, Snide.
And happy Valentine's Day to all our viewers. Yeah, end of the man, yeah. Love is in the air, right, on Valentine's Day.
And again, we'll be here all this week. Tuesday, which is
Yeah.
today, tomorrow for the doubleheader with the girls. Then Thursday, we'll be here for the county championship for the boys.
One game on Thursday, one game on Friday. Yes, we'll have a doubleheader tomorrow night with the girls. And we're back to action coming off the timeout. Central.
That's another quick timeout. This opportunity. So that's another timeout from Coach Hope. While we have this opportunity, we'd like to give a shout out to Charlie's Angels as well. Very close to Central York. Aaron Walker died unexpectedly sometimes last year, left her daughter.
Yes.
And, we want to give a shout out to Charlie's Angels. They're giving away some money, some scholarship money to a deserving student athlete or even student at Central York. So check them out online, Charlie's Angels. Not Charlie's Angels, Charlie's Angel.
Saw a few shirts here tonight.
Absolutely.
Representing, yes.
Nick Basil,
He
Mallory
was on
Kelly,
our-
they're all involved with that as well. So want to keep Aaron Walker's name alive and well. Very beloved teacher from Central York. I know a lot of Central York fans that may be tuning in tonight know about the tragedy that happened and, about the whole circumstances. But, I think they're doing a great job of still keeping her name alive, and it will continue to be alive.
Yes. 1:51 to go.
Right now, Central playing some keep away, but Ben Real's too deep in the paint. He has to go up with it.
12 points for Ben Rill tonight.
And that might be the nail in the coffin there, Todd, with that last shot, going up by 12 points with a little less than 90 seconds to go. And as soon as I say that, Brady Sites comes down and hits a big-time three.
They just need a couple more threes here. 8 points for Brady Sites. Just over a minute remaining.
They want to get it past that timeline, and they did. And it's only a 9-point game. It's closer to what you think. It's only a 9-point game. Some of these turnovers are not getting rebounds from Central York has hurt them so far in this fourth quarter. And Eastern York is doing a great job of just plugging away and just nipping it back into the game.
Bousman off the iron. Walmsley with the rebound.
Eastern York's doing a great job on the defensive end. And that's going to send Brooklyn Nace to the line.
Central York 68, Eastern York 59.
And we do see our guy, John Turpek, here from S3 Performance Training, one of our sponsors here tonight, along with Bo and Kate's dad, Bo Perula's dad,
Yes.
Tad Perula. Big shout out to them.
In attendance here.
Bo's expected to have a more time this year with Penn State, up at Penn State University.
Well, right now they list him as the second quarterback, but during some winter
Wow.
practices,
Wow.
he's
That's
impressed
amazing.
the coaching staff up there. It's going to be interesting between he and Drew Aller.
Had a chance to meet Drew Aller about a month ago with the Inches, with John and Jeff Inch went up there and gave away some cars for an NIL deal.
We're back to action here. Eastern York with the ball.
All right, see you later, man. Next stop. Appreciate it. And that's an open three.
Three off the iron.
And there it is, another
Bousman
rebound.
down low.
Got to give a lot of credit to Eastern York, never giving up. I've really controlled the boards in the second half. You know, Central York needs to clean that up a little bit and get some more rebounds, but, you know, got to give a lot of credit to Eastern York. And again, they may not be playing for the county championship, Eastern York, but they are advancing to the districts. So keep an eye on Eastern York and as well as Central York, but Eastern York is not done.
It's my understanding in the district play for 6A, Central will play host to Dallastown.
I've seen that.
I read that in our local media outlet.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they're playing at home as well.
Yeah, it'll be a Central home game, and I believe York High will have a home game.
That's short on both.
Out to Ben Rill. Nice move by Ben Rill. 14 points for Ben Rill.
Carter Walmsley with the ball. Bousman,
drives
easy
to the
leg.
net. And Central
Making their way.
walk away with the win tonight.
Central York going back to the county championship for the first time since 2019.
And they're going to be matched up against York High Bearcats. Round 3.
Round 3.
Wow, here we go. That'll take place right here Thursday night. Tip-off 7 p.m. from right here at York Tech Fieldhouse. And what a matchup. If you recall, earlier in the year, Central York defeated York High both games, each game by 3 points only.
Very crucial.
I have a feeling it's going to be another great battle.
Oh, man.
Right here Thursday night, the boys will play. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m.
And that's exactly what the fans want to see. The best two teams in our county has been York High and Central York. They've been battling out all year long. And as you said, the 2 wins that Central York does have is only by 3 points. It could have went either way. But now we have an opportunity to see them play again on Thursday for the county championship. I mean, what more can you ask for?
As they say, for all the marbles, right here
Absolutely.
at York Tech Fieldhouse. It's going to be a great one. And we encourage our fans to tune in Thursday. But, hey, tomorrow night the girls take center stage right here. The Final Four in girls basketball tomorrow. Dallastown versus Red Lion. Central York and DeLone Catholic, all right here. Come on out, pop out or pop
please
in
do.
and watch Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the games to you. And looking forward to it again, partner. Round 2 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. So we'll be right back. Like I said, I want to give another shout-out to our sponsors here tonight that helped us get this game on TV.
Let's do
and
it,
also, first, our West York versus York High sponsor, which is Apple Automotive, located at 1801 Whiteford Road, York, PA 17402. Phone number 717-755-2911, or hit them up at www.applefordyork.com. And now for our sponsors for tonight.
Tonight's game, Jay Gittinger of Lamar Advertising Company, Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill, Inch & Company Sports with John and Jeff Inch, John Turpak and Ron Johnson of S3 Performance Training, and last but not least, Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer, all sponsors for tonight's game. We appreciate their sponsorship, allowing us to broadcast the games tonight to you, the fans at home. And we thank you for the support from our sponsorships, and thank you, the fans, for tuning in this Valentine's Day, or making a date with Sports Shooting Stars this Tuesday night.
And as you can see, they're starting to cut off the lights on us, so we're about to get up out of here. We'll be back tomorrow for another game, doubleheader with the girls. Then we'll be back Thursday and then Friday. So, expect seeing Sports Shooting Stars all over your timeline and your feed.
As Buck Showalter oftentimes says, sleep fast, my friend.
I got you. See you guys soon. Signing
Have a good
off.
night. For Todd Edwards.
Stu Jones.